Carlos Ramirez, owner of NVS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey, and Daytona, Florida. So today, I'm going to show you how to wire up a DSP to a SoundStream radio or any aftermarket radio. We make T-harnesses to make the DSPs plug and play to the factory radio, but I get a phone call all the time, how do we hook up the DSP to the aftermarket radio? Do you make a harness? The reason I do not make a harness, and I used to make a harness for the SoundStreams because the first version of the SoundStreams had noisy RCAs, so we had a high-level harness that we used, but that's no longer an issue, so we discontinued the harness. Plus, you're going to pay $150, $200 when you only need to connect 3 wires. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. No matter what aftermarket radio you're using, the only radio this does not work with is the Diamond Audio radio because the factory harness plugs directly into the radio and the RR is internal. But every other radio on the market, whether it's Pioneer, Sony, SoundStream, this will work for it. So all the SoundStream radios come with a harness in the box. This is a T-harness that plugs into the Harley factory harness. So you're not going to be modifying your factory Harley harness at all. You're going to be modifying the SoundStream harness. So you want to go ahead and unwrap the Tessa tape and expose the wires and the connectors. The only 2 wires you're concerned with in this harness are the yellow and the black. There's 2 sets of yellows, 2 sets of black. It doesn't matter which one you choose to tap into. The reason we tap the DSP into the radio harness is the DSP is supposed to have the same power and ground as the source unit to eliminate noise. I have a lot of people that call me at noise issues because they hook it up to the distribution block that runs all the way back to the battery. So the issue is there's resistance on that line, and then the ground going to the DSP is not the same exact ground going to the radio. There's a little bit of difference. That little bit of difference causes what's called a ground loop. So if you're having noise and your DSP is hooked up to the battery, it's quick test. You can disconnect those wires just to run a test and temporarily hook it up to the power and ground of the aftermarket radio, and your noise should go away. If it doesn't go away, then you have another wiring issue. It might be your RCAs, might be something else. But it's very simple to do. We're going to start with the HKI Mini. HKI Mini is one of the most popular DSPs we use here. So you start with some 18 gauge wire. We use wire furls on our wires. Add it to the green connector. You're going to have, I recommend doing like 2 feet of wire, 24 inches. So you're going to have a black, a blue, and a yellow. So counting left to right, the first pin with the screws facing up is going to be your constant power. The middle pin is going to be your remote turn on wire, and the last pin is going to be your ground. So what you want to do is yellow wire, go ahead and strip back a little insulation, and one of the black wires, you want to go ahead, strip back a little insulation. It should look just like that. Then we're going to hook up the black to the black. I like to solder all my connections, so we're going to loop it around. Give a little haircut so we have no wire strands sticking out. Then we're going to solder the connection. Before you guys ask, this is Josh's soldering iron. It's an Aussie iron, which Manny rebuilt for us and repowder coated. That's why it's this custom color. Simple, ground is soldered. We only use 3M electrical tape here at the shop, and then we'll dress it up with Tessa tape on top. But the electrical tape is to seal off the connection. If you want, you can cut the wire in half, slide heat shrink on it, solder it, and then pull the heat shrink over it. But this works good enough for us. Go ahead and do the constant wire. So it's only 2 wires you're going to hook up to the SoundStream harness, because the 3rd wire is a remote wire, and that actually comes in a separate part of the harness. It comes with a little white connector on it. We cut it off for most installs because that is for when you're using SoundStream amplifiers, it plugs directly in. So cut that connector off. Here's your remote wire. Now, if you're using the HCAD Mini does not have remote turn on output. Most DSPs do. So you're gonna have to tie this wire, the blue wire from the DSP, and you're gonna have to add in another piece of remote wire, because this can be a remote to your amplifier. So the same remote line turns on the DSP and turns on the amplifier. That's only when using the HCAD Mini or any DSP. It doesn't create a remote turn on output. So here we have the remote wire running to our HCAD Mini, and the remote wire is going to run to this amplifier to turn it on. We're going to show you the Cicada DSP next, and the Cicada DSP has a remote turn on output, so we're not going to need to double up that blue wire. We're going to go into the DSP and then back out of the DSP into the amplifier through a different wire. Just like that, under 5 minutes, you have now wired the HCAD Mini to the SoundStream radio. Now, you can test tape all these wires back up to make it look beautiful. This plug plugs into the radio. This plug plugs into the bike. This plug plugs into the HCAD Mini. Now we would go ahead and test tape all these wires, make it nice and pretty. But just like that, you have wired the HCAD Mini to the SoundStream radio without cutting or splicing your factory harness. You tap 2 wires of the SoundStream harness that comes in the box with the SoundStream radio, and it's ready to go. This is also the same if you're doing, let's say, a Pioneer radio or a Sony radio. Then you would use a Metro or Scotia harness, but there is the same yellow and black wire. There's the yellow, there's the black. So those are the 2 wires you would splice into. There's the yellow, there's the black. So black would go here, yellow would go here, and then you get remote turn on from the Pioneer radio in this case, which would be the blue wire right here. So same when you're putting an aftermarket radio, you're always gonna have yellow, you're always gonna have black into the harness that plugs into the factory harness. Yellow is constant power or battery power, black is ground, and the blue is the remote turn on. So now we're gonna take this apart and wire the Cicada DSP. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to wire the Cicada DSP Pro to the SoundStream radio. So this one's a little bit different because this has a remote turn on output wire. The reason that's important, so this has remote in and remote out. The reason that's important, and the reason it's important that you wire it properly, Cicada has a feature that allows you to adjust the remote turn on delay. So it delays when the amplifier turns on. We have this issue, not really on Harleys. On a Harley, a 2-second delay that a TR4 takes care of. But that's not long enough for the Victory motorcycles. The Victory motorcycles on some models, there's a turn on pop at about 8 seconds, so we have to delay the amplifier turn on for about 10 seconds. With the Cicada DSP, it's a piece of cake because you can adjust the turn on delay from 0 seconds to, I believe, 15 or 30 seconds. So you can set it to wherever you want. But in order for that feature to work, you have to hook up the remote input and the remote output wire. So now, here's the Cicada plug. So red is constant power, black is ground, blue is remote turn on input, so that's remote from the radio to the DSP. Blue-white is remote turn on output, so that's DSP to amplifier. So we'll start with the red wire. Red is constant power on the DSP, yellow is constant power on our SoundStream radio. So we're going to hook up the red on the DSP to the yellow on our SoundStream. Every aftermarket radio is the same. Love these Aussie irons, they heat up super fast. Dead cold to solder, 3 seconds. Okay, so we have our constant power. We're going to do our ground next. Ground is simple, it's black to black. now we're going to do our remote turn on input. So that's blue from the sound stream is going to go to blue to the Cicada DSP. Okay, and our final wire is blue and white. This is remote turn on output from the DSP going to our amplifier. Just like that, under 10 minutes, harness is done. Test tape to clean up the harness. So we have power and ground for the DSP, remote turn on, turns on the DSP, remote turn on output from the DSP goes to our amplifier, turns our amplifier on, and everything is done without modifying the factory Harley harness. You're only modifying the SoundStream harness, and there's only 2 wires to get modified. That's the yellow and the black. Thank you, hope this helps.